All right, guys, this is Mobile Gamer Nerd, and we are back with another Raid Shadow Legends free-to-play mystery shard only run video. This one is a request. I've done these before, but we're going to go in again anyway and just kind of talk about it. So we're going to be going into the dungeons, and we're going to be checking out Iron Twins. Just because I got asked again how I do my blessings and how I got all my blessings. So remember, the thing here is to note is that I've been playing for almost 3 years, so at least on this account. So it's literally just time. That's all it is time. If you use your 6 keys every single day, and I don't mean like, once in a while, I mean every single day. Now, you might want to skip this in the beginning. I didn't. I just said screw it and I just whatever. If it's 60 energy or whatever it is, 70, 62, right? No. 12 times 5 is 60, 72 energy a day. So yeah, is that a lot of energy to waste? Yes. However, those blessings are very important. So in the beginning, what I did was I just went into this and we just beat it with whatever team we had. It literally does not matter as long as your team can win. Poisoners are really helpful here. You could bring in literally all these heroes. There's no speed down really needed for these fights because it's not important. You just got to be able to do a lot of damage as quickly as possible. There's not much else that needs to happen here. Look at that. I mean, we're going to kill him in like, a couple of rounds. Uh, so don't worry about power so much as just doing a level that you think is reasonable for the team that you currently have. And when I say reasonable, I mean you can beat it in a reasonable time. All right, that was a 21-second fight. That's not bad. We could literally just do this. And if you do that every day, 6 keys times 50 will just be, the lowest possible. That's 300 coins a day that you will get just for doing this. All right. Now, if we get out of here, close this. The reason we do that is because after a while of doing that, you can come into here to the little thing here, and you can use these coins. See, we have 1,000 now just from doing that. And we can go into the Mystic Market and we can buy one of these Mortal Soul Stones. And you go into summon, and then boom, you summon your stone, and then hopefully you get something good. If you want, you can save these for when you have an actual, something good. Oh, nice. I think I already have him, but that's fine. And you can save it for something nice. Now, what I specifically do is I'll go in my soul collection and every once in a while I'll go through, and if there's a hero that I only have like a 1 star on, a lot of times I just sell it. Like I don't care because the 1 stars are useless. We're probably never going to use them. Thor, like I don't really give a crap about Thor. So, but I'll keep for legendaries, I'll keep 2, level 2 only at this point. We can get rid of all these guys that are 1s. I don't really care about them. And that's it. I just sell off my garbage souls or any ones that I have doubles of, and I'll keep these coins. So let's see if there's anybody else we can get rid of real quick. Most of these I probably will never use. Like these guys I'll probably never use. Actually, Colwyn I will. Ingrid, I think he's void. I'm not sure. I don't remember. Maybe he's not. We just don't have him yet. We already have Adjudicator, so we don't have to worry about that. Anyone in here we've already gotten, more than likely we've already upgraded them. So we don't need to do it because they're not in the Awaken. See how there's no red button? And then we sell that. Boom. Now we got rid of all them. And then you go into the Soul Merchant. And I have right now 21 of these red coins, and I have nine of the regular coins. So if there's anybody in here that I have that's like good that I want to actually upgrade, I'll save these coins up and just buy the upgraded version. Now I very rarely will go in and buy anything past this. Like 30 coins is kind of crazy. I only use that for the heroes that I really like. In the beginning, you're just going to do whatever it is, like the 6 coins, 7 coins, whatever it is you need to do to get the ones that you want. All right. Wait for the heroes that you like. That's the biggest thing. Wait, don't buy the crap heroes in here unless you're like me and you've been playing for a while. Then yeah, I buy the crap heroes. But more than likely, just don't, because you're gonna get the crap heroes eventually. All right. So this is just for the heroes you definitely use. Like I bought Spirit Host, I bought who else? Like Apothecary, things like that. Kale, the ones that you're going to be using a lot. If you see one that's good and you have the coins for it, buy it. Now, when it comes to the other coins, all right, I don't ever summon anything higher. That's just how I work it. I never buy these. All right. I take the coins that I get from this, and instead of buying this, I buy here. So I'll just go here and buy these coins. And there you go. Now I've got 3 more. So I have 12 coins. So now when I go into the Mystic Market, I'm in the Soul Market. If I wanted to buy one of these guys, I mean, these guys are high level because I've been playing for a while, but I could buy a 2 or 3 star piece for one of my guys. And that's actually good because that gives you the defense and attack, and it gives you a higher blessing, which is really good. And that's kind of what I do. That's all I do for this. We don't really mess around with this too much. And in here, when you farm, just farm the stage that you are comfortable with. I farmed stage one for probably the first 6 months of this game. All right. Well, not the first 6 months, like right from the cuff, but like the first 6 months that it came out. I don't think that the blessings were actually out until about 6 months into me playing. So I farmed stage three. That's it. I farmed this stage over and over again because it was easy and I could beat it with pretty much any hero that I had. I was using obviously higher end heroes at this point when we got to this point because there's much better heroes to be able to use here, and my team wasn't as strong as they are now to be able to do this with a bunch of rares. But yeah, that's it. We just farmed stage three every day. That was it. There was no reason to go any higher. That's as strong as we were, and it took long to do stage five. So we didn't do it. All right. But look, there you go. 30 seconds, you've got yourself a win on this. All right. Now let's go out to the next stage. Now the rares, and like if you've been playing as long as I have, yeah, you're gonna have your rares gonna be stronger. Now, once you get past five, the rare game kind of lowers a bit. I mean, I could probably beat a few of these up to like probably level 8 if I had to guess with just rares, but you're not probably not going to be able to do that. So that's not going to be a really great option. So you're better off just farming the lower levels to get some maybe blessings over the course of a few months. Basically, just look at blessings as a background kind of thing that you do. Don't look at it as, oh, I got to get this blessing today. Like, because you're not. If you think you're going to get a blessing, you're not. You might get lucky. There's a possibility, but more than likely, you're not going to get pretty far in this tower until you get a little bit stronger. So I would just farm three. If you're much better and you have some great heroes, to farm five. And if you pay to play and you pay to win and all that stuff, then who cares? Use the best heroes you got and just beat it. That's it. Whatever the level is, you can beat at a reasonable time. See, that's 46 seconds. That's more than enough time for me. I wouldn't go any further than this if this was like my only team that I had. Once you start getting a little bit higher, you're going to get more and more coins. I mean, look at this. You got 100 coins versus 50. All right, so this is 50 at level 1. Even on level 8, you have the ability to possibly get 100 coins, all right? Now, when you get to this point, you're probably going to want to start bringing in better heroes. Sill's a great hero for this. I could say great, but she's got revive, so at least if one of your heroes dies, you'll be okay. Your Carl is a great hero for this because he has speed down also, so that gives you speed down because you're going to start seeing that the mechanics are going to actually start to kick in, and you're not going to have to. It's not going to be just oh, can I beat the crap out of him? It's going to be oh, if I don't get speed down on this guy like fast, he's going to hit my team 100 times. Some good options for this. I mean, I know Drex can be used in here. From what I've seen mostly and what I actually beat it with on the higher levels is I brought in either Dark Kale or Taya is another really good hero for this because they have really good destruction with poisons. Another good hero that could be used here is Gerda. She's really good for poisons as well, and she can remove debuffs from your team, which is really good. High resistance is pretty important in this fight because this guy likes to put debuffs on you, and if you can resist the Iron Lung, then basically you're good to go. Now, Apothecary is good for this fight unless you don't have a speed down hero. If you don't have a speed down hero, having a buffer in this fight is going to suck. Dark Kale works better because he has attack down. She works in conjunction with him. If you want to do a fast fight, you could do that, but we're going to just bring in Dark Kale for right now. Where the hell do you go? There you go. So let's just see how this goes, just so you can kind of see the difference in the mechanics. So now basically, see that speed up? That's why we get hit on the first hit. It's because he used speed up. Now we have speed down on the boss. His turn meter will not boost as quickly as it used to, and we can just kind of use all of our buffs as much as we want. So if your fastest hero is your Carl, you can literally drop speed down on the guy right from the cuff, and then that works. Now we don't have a speed tune team for this fight. All right, we just kind of did it with the heroes we had and hope that they did the skills they were supposed to do. Mithrala is amazing for this fight, just so you know. I don't even know if this team's going to win. Actually, I just realized that we don't have Mithrala on the team, and she's perfect for getting rid of all the debuffs from us. But I think at level 8, we should still be fine, even with what we got going on. As you can see, there's a lot of debuffs going on, but the damage output is going to be a little bit higher. So we're going to lose all those debuffs pretty damn quick. All right, boom, we got that. Actually, looks like we're good. There you go. Now we're going to get hit. So hopefully Syl doesn't die. There you go. Hopefully we get a speed down. We remove, there you go. Boom, there you go. Speed down. So now we don't have to worry too much about his attack, but see how strong he is. Even with my main heroes, You see how quickly he can wipe your team out, all right? So don't get too cocky on this fight. You will die. Um, Mithrala is almost a must in this fight, unless you have someone like Brogni or any shielders, like the really good shielders, Brogni and what's the other one? That Krisk, he's really good for this. The Frankenstein monster is probably good for keeping your team alive. That could be a good option. But what I do is, well, edit team. What I've been doing actually is I switch these guys out. We don't have Gerda on the team, all right? We take her out. We would bring Mithrala in. And now this team works really well. If you want to go faster on farming, I would probably put Yukar on the lead because he has the attack boost. Otherwise, you could put Mithrala in the lead if you're worried about your debuffs not landing as much because she has the accuracy. But this is a reasonable team for this. And to be honest, this is actually probably the team that we use to beat stage 25 or 20, whatever the highest is. I think it's 20, right? Or is it 25? 15? Whatever. You know what? It don't matter. It's the highest level. I think it's 15. We'll go look. So yeah, basically we use these guys to get through. We were able to beat it. There were some fights where we would use um, both of Darkale and Taya instead of Yakarl, because you could do that. Especially on the lower levels, it's a better option just because you can do quicker fights with those two because they constantly explode the poisons. So if you have heroes that can explode poisons and burns and all that stuff, probably a really good idea to bring them in because if you wait too long, the buffs won't even be useful, the debuffs, because he's gonna wipe them all from his body. If you have heroes that can do a lot of damage, someone like Nut, obviously that can do crazy damage, you could bring them in. Max HP damage could be useful here. So someone like Armiger could be useful in here. It just depends on honestly, it really just depends on how good your support heroes are. Because if you have Brogni, you're gonna basically nullify most of the crap that goes on in this fight because your shields are going to be more than enough to be able to not get killed. All right. And you won't even need your Carl at that point. Boom. Look at all that. And he's back. He's back in action. See how quickly they can put those debuffs right back up. It's really the speed down that's the big one. Syl is not reliable for it. She can do it and she can manage it, but you're going to lose some fights. All right, especially at the higher levels because she's never going to land that speed down. Your Carl almost always lands it. See, she still is not landing it. And there goes that. And nope, he doesn't have his speed down yet. So we are going to get hit more without that speed down because you're going to see look at how fast his turn meter jumps when, look at that. Let's see who's going to use a buff. All right, we got speed down. Forget it. But see, this team's pretty reliable for this, and these are all heroes that everyone can get. So it's not like you're even using heroes that aren't, unattainable. Obviously, Dark Kalma is going to take a while to get. Mithrala and everyone else here is not that bad. Dark Kale is probably the only extra here, and even that you could probably bring in someone else if you didn't have him. Attack down is very useful, but we're not at the high levels right now, so we don't really need it. I know she can do speed down, but she usually dies, so it's not a great option. You could bring in Gerda in this situation, but then again, it takes a while to get her as well. So if I were to pick anyone, I mean, maybe even Kale. Like you could just bring in a Kale or someone who can stay alive, someone like Penitent. There's definitely a bunch of heroes that you could use in here. Armiger, like I said, is a reasonable hero for this, but is he going to stay alive? I don't know. Let's see. Let's see if he can handle his milk. I don't even know what the hell that means. And I also don't know if he's going to do turn meter drop because there you go, laid to rest. See, he did 80k. So let's see how his damage stacks up to everyone else. I'm curious myself. So yeah, 15, he did 80 versus the 15, but then he's going to do less damage during the regular hits. Actually, that was like a 23k hit. That's not bad, bro. That's not bad at all. So yeah, you could pretty much use anybody you want up until 8. I mean, as long as you're starting to figure out there you go, laid to rest. 80, he did 100k right there. So yeah, you could use Armiger in here to try to do some more damage. Remember, this is the lower levels. So at higher levels, he's going to be hitting way higher. But once again, my main problem is that I don't have enough heroes to keep my team alive. And that is why most of the time we lose. So I would say look for those support heroes that can keep your team alive, that can revive or put shields up. That's going to be the stuff that you really need. Look at that. Ooh, those sexy little 100k hits are nice. Remember, this is the low level. So at the high level, you're going to see I'm assuming you'll see 500k probably damage if you're doing it on the final fight if you have a really well built Armiger, unlike my Armiger. So this actually is going much better than I anticipated. Even that was like a 35K hit with his extra hit. So nice stuff going on there, right? Boom, smack him in the face, all of the deaths. Look at that. Ooh, that's not bad at all, actually. I don't know why I didn't think to do this before. Who would have thought, right? Max HP hitters, baby. There's a couple of them that do that, so don't think that Armager's the only one. He's just the easiest one to access. There you go. Dead. Yeah, your Carl did 80K too. So he's hitting the same thing as your Carl. So Armager did 400. Armager did more damage than everybody here. Look at that. Look at that crap. Oh my god. It wasn't the best time because we didn't do poisons, but that's because I didn't have my main poisoners who explode. Anyone who can explode is going to do way more damage here. But yeah, look at that. Armager out damaged frickin' your Carl. All right. So yeah, these are the kind of things you need to think about when you're doing these fights. What do you need in this fight? So you need a shielder, hopefully, or someone who can revive, or both, actually, usually for the higher levels. But this is, like I said, after stage 8, 8 and above, you're going to need someone who can do speed down so that the boss isn't getting infinite turns. All right. You need someone who can heal your team up, someone who can stay alive, and you need a hero who can either poison and explode debuffs, or someone who can just really do crazy damage quickly to a single target hero. 4 hitters, 3 hitters, max HP attackers are obviously amazing in here. I mean, Armager's going to do it. So imagine what a nut would do in here. He would do like 1,000,000 plus damage in one hit. So just know that these are some strategies that you can use to kill the boss, to get the things you want, and to farm the areas you want. But only farm the areas that you definitely are easily able to beat. Don't spend all day in this fight. All right. You don't need to be in there every day. You just need to use your 6 keys every day. Come in here, spend whatever coins you have to go into the Mystic Market and buy whatever summons you can. Use your coins. Get rid of any of the heroes you're not using. You don't need all these heroes. Like, I don't need these, but I'm saving them just because for this account, it's just something we've been doing, is saving all the kind of good ones. And then, yeah, buy this. Go in here and buy your heroes. Just buy the ones that you want the most. It resets every day, so don't get impatient. Look at this. See, says. So we need one more coin to get says 13. And honestly, that would be someone I kind of would be interested in buying, to be honest, if I had it. But we're not going to do that today. Otherwise, yeah, I would have probably bought it. So yeah, if you guys have any questions, things you want to talk about, things you want to discuss, feel free to leave a comment below. And you can also ask me about how all of my heroes have awesome blessings. Look at that. I mean, granted, I have a few 6 stars and a few other ones. Like, this is my best heroes right here. They're all 6 stars. But yeah, we have a lot of blessings on all of our heroes. Every single one that we use, actually. Yeah, this is my worst one, has a 1 star. I have 1, 2, 3. I have 3 heroes that are actually 2 heroes that are 1 star. Every single other hero is 2 or higher. All right, so that's actually pretty good. That's just rares. I have a few 1 stars up here too. But yeah, definitely can do a lot of work with your blessings. But yeah, make sure you leave that comment. And if you want, you can become a member for $1.99 a month. It's kind of nice. You get access to all my videos as soon as I post them, and you get a free video every week, and you get emojis, and you get a free car. No, you don't get a free car. You do not get a free car. You get nothing free except for my undying affection. That's what you get. All right. And remember, we do the live stream every single week, which is also very nice. So do that. And make sure you guys are getting your damn blessings, bro. Like, get in there and get your damn blessings. If you ain't getting blessings, then what the hell are you doing? That's all I'm saying. But yeah, if you have any questions, make sure you leave them below. Comment about that, man, because I will answer whatever I can. If I don't have an answer, I'll either ignore you or I'll be like, hey, man, I don't know that. So really, you can't lose is really the whole thing, is what I'm saying. All right. I'm not gonna ignore you, but I might. I've missed comments before, and then I catch them like a month later. I'm like, oh crap, I should have probably answered that. But yeah, this is all of my stupidity in how I get my blessings. This is Mobile Gamer Nerd, and you guys take care.